when people go on these dates and you're starting a new relationship and they start off, like Sweeney said, talking about what the next person did to them, that's a victim mentality. It's a lack mentality, and it shows me you haven't healed, because here I am, a whole brand new person, just got put on my nice dress, put on my nice heels to come to this date, and you're telling me about this drama like I'm your therapist. That seems like something you need to be discussing in therapy. I'm pissed. And I've had it happen before. And they say, "Oh, I'm healed," and it's hateful.
Can you
Baby,
leave
listen,
it, Jesus? How can you leave it, Jesus?
it's ridiculous. And first of all, not only do I want to keep it real light and fluffy like a pancake the first 2 months, I don't want to hear about that stuff. Go to therapy. And then when we start to, get to know each other on a deeper level, and I start to see things I don't like, or I start to see things that you might need have blockages in, then we can start to say, "Oh, that happened in my last relationship, and that's why I do that." And then if it pertains to what we're doing. But if you're still holding on to something and talking about, "Oh, she was a gold digger, she'd like to use me for money," or baby, you sound real crazy to me. And I don't want to go out with you because you don't sound healed. And I'm gonna end with this. You're not taking accountability on the part that you play. Even if a person did cheat on you, what were the signs in the relationship that showed a disconnect, where the man was not giving you what you needed, not providing anything? The relationship usually changes. Was he staying out all night? How did this happen? And what did you do? Did you stay? Did you try to work it out? Why would you even be in a situation where you in a relationship with somebody who would cheat on you and lie to you? That's like your friendships. Do your friends lie to you? Do they cheat on you? You chose good friends. So why wouldn't you choose a good partner that you sleep with?
Sweeney,
My
you all
friends
right,
don't
man?
lie to me. But I agree with you, Sweeney. It's a red flag for me. Keep it to yourself and keep it out in therapy. And then if it pertains to this relationship, we can address it. But you should have already healed and walked away from that.
Ruth, I think I was answering your question before
Can I
she
go?
started.
You say you
Oh,
wanted to
go
answer
ahead.
my question?
Yeah.
Before she go, I wanted to say, people were saying that I folded and that like I'm enabling
You
bad
got to start
behavior,
reading
but
that.
I think that nah, it's okay. I don't take it personal. I just think that sometimes men don't know how to speak to women, and like you have to have positive reinforcement for where people are doing good, and they're going to be encouraged to do good. If I do that with my man, then I'm going to do it with my friends or my coworkers. So if you have some kind of positive reinforcement, they might take that nugget and work on themselves. So that's all I want to say before you leave. I ain't want to say anything behind your back. To answer the question, I think when you meet with somebody new, you can't. I used to be one of those people that tell the sob story, but I don't, because I feel like that's what they were doing. I was like, oh, that's why this other person did this. So little by little, like you said, like Ali said, just when it's starting to get serious, then you tell them a little bit more at a time. It used to be like, I want to tell my whole life story, and but we stop doing that once you mature. Sometimes if a man reveals what happened with his ex, that could be a positive thing, because it's like a man told me he broke up with a girl because she didn't respect him, and that was the first thing I liked about him. I was like, oh, you broke up with a woman? And like, that don't happen every day. You know what I mean? So it can go the right way too. So I think if somebody tell you that somebody did them wrong when they were in the last relationship, it's up to you to have the integrity, because I could have did what I wanted with that information, but I was like, I decided to treat you well, even though somebody let you get away with murder, because we know that men can be sensitive for their woman. If you do a little bit for a man, he does a whole lot for you. We don't believe that, but when you experience it, you understand what that means. And so that's why you have to make sure you have that integrity. Not, oh, somebody did you dirty, I could do you dirty too. That speaks to our lack of morals and our lack of integrity. That's all I had to say.
Hold on, Ruth. Hold on. So what they're talking about in the chat. So me and Ali have gotten into it a couple of times in the past. And one thing I am is a realist. If anybody who knows me personally, I don't hold line to anything that's fictional, fake. I'm very real, I'm very straightforward, and I'm very true to myself and what I believe and where I come from. Ali, I do see a change in you and how you perceived and listened. You actually acknowledge Sweeney points when a lot of times in the past, regardless of what Sweeney was saying, you were not trying to hear him. You actually acknowledged Darwin when you felt that he made a point. So, regardless of what the chat is saying, I've been here a long time and I've also been here with Ali. Ruth, the way you did talk to Ali and she disagreed with you, but she still respected you. Like I do see a difference in you, Ali, and I respect how you came on here tonight. Um, you got to acknowledge people when you see growth and when you see them doing things wrong. You can't hold people to what they were in the past and what how you perceive them or experience them in the past. If you see a difference, stand up and acknowledge what's true regardless of what the history is, there is a difference. And I'm not going to sit here and just not say nothing and stand by like it's not the truth. It is the truth. Ali definitely acknowledged when she was wrong, when she could have looked at things differently, which she did not do in the past, but she definitely did it tonight. So the chat, Ruth, ignore the chat. Ali, ignore the chat. It is what it is. Like, this is a mature conversation tonight. If you can't respect that, everybody in here has grown on different points of view. In the back chat before we started, I said my husband definitely told me that I could think differently and should think differently about Angel Reese in the conversation we had last week. When you are a woman that can be corrected and also can face the truth and some accountability for maybe your thoughts needing to progress or be mature about certain things, like let's acknowledge when people have growth or when people can actually stand back and say, oh, okay, I hear you on that. Acknowledge that and don't try to turn a blind eye just for the sake of this is a panel and it's a podcast and it's entertainment and X, Y, and Z. Like, let's be real. So I just want to say that.
That was amazing, Casey. And I learned that from Andrea. I had my preconceived notions about her, and the same. I've seen Ali in the past, and I could have went in like, oh, this is the way she is, but she's not even like that today. She's still, she has her points where she's right, and she does stand up for Black people, and I think that if men can, like, sometimes women we talk a certain way to get through to each other. Just let us do our thing, and but I learned and grow too since I've been on here. So appreciate y'all.
All right.
I'll say thank you guys. I really appreciate you all acknowledging that. You didn't have to take the time out to do that. Wow, I didn't even know it. Usually I'm stubborn, like, girl, I had it together
Right,
the
you
first
be
time,
against
but
me, and I be
but,
you.
but I'm
Right,
like, oh
exactly.
god damn. Maybe I am growing. God, maybe I'll become a family. God damn it. That's because I put that wine, that it's water, but y'all think it's wine when I'm drinking it. But now I put my fake wine down tonight. But no, Mr. Darwin, I mean, I appreciate everything you said. And I mean, I'm trying not to come across as so hard on my Black men, but I do understand the agenda. And I target my Black men because I do see you all as leaders in our community. And my father led me. And that's what I want. So when I'm addressing you all, please don't take it as I'm directing it towards you all. I'm talking to you all because you all are husbands and leaders in your family. So I'm asking you all for, advice, and, maybe we
I'm gonna
can
give it
come
to
together.
you. Just listen, okay?
Go ahead.
I'm just saying we're gonna give it to you, and if you want me to believe you, just gotta listen. Like all the stuff I was
Listen.
telling you.
You gotta listen to me too. You can't attack me
No, I'm
because
listening. I'm just saying. I'm just saying all the things I
you
told you
can't
about.
attack me because I'm
I
single
was
and I
one.
found my
It was all kumbaya.
I just want to say, just because I don't have a husband, don't mean I'm a Jezebel, Mary Magdalene, out in the damn brothel, going from man to man. That's all
I'm
I'm
pulling
trying
for
to
you.
say.
I'm pulling for you. I want you to succeed. I
And
want
when
you
I
to
ask
find it.
you for protection, it ain't before as a,
Oh,
to
so now you
disrespect
agree
your
that you
wife.
asked me for protection. Nah, okay
No,
then.
I
You
did, but
growing. You
not to
growing. You know that you
disrespect
growing,
any.
girl.
Oh, I did, but not to disrespect any wives. I think we all as Black women need protection overall. And Black men, there's an agenda against you. When I birthed you, I'm gonna protect you. So I need that same kind of energy towards all of the Black women. I don't care if they shaking ass or whatever. They are just misled. They need a little bit of help. Or maybe if I can't judge. I'm just still gonna put a protection over them with my energy, the way I think, the way I speak, the way I handle myself, the things I do in my community. I don't care what you do. You could do a million penises every night. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna give you food.
Oh no, that's when you drop the ball at. That's where
Okay,
your
that's what
growth.
I'm gonna mute. That's what
Just
I
throwing rocks
right
at the
there.
wall.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta just like shorten your speech because sometimes you just may.
She throwing
Yeah,
rocks at the
Lapeef,
wall.
I'm sorry. Whatever, Lapeef.
I always tell my man, I said the war is not in here, it's out there. So black man, black woman, the war is not within us, it's outside of us.
So ain't none of y'all gonna hold her accountable for what she just said at the end.
Well,
Sister,
you
You
talking
say a
about
lot. You say a lot of crazy stuff too.
Darwin,
oh
Darwin.
Lord, Lord, now the sisters
At
done.
the, at,
What is
at
that?
the end,
Everybody
no,
done
no,
Hold
no,
on,
no,
hold on,
no,
y'all.
no,
Hold
no,
on. I
no,
think
no,
Pepsi's saying
no, no,
something.
no. What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I don't have to agree with everybody on this podcast to respect them. Like, I stand on what I believe in, and that's why I'm on here to share what I think and what I believe and what I should spread to the world and have whatever my influence is and what I stand on. And I stand on respect and principle, and I stand on what I think and what I believe. I don't have to agree with Ali being another grown woman. I don't have to agree with her. That's why sometimes I'm silent because I'm not going to argue with someone my point when I know they stand on what they believe in, right? So sometimes I'm not gonna be on here to convince somebody in a 5 minute or 40 minute or however long we're on here on a podcast. I'm not gonna stand here and argue back and forth, and I wouldn't do that in real life. So I would definitely wouldn't do it on a podcast where this is gonna be stamped forever. So I'm not gonna step outside of my frame and who I am and who my parents raised me to be to argue with somebody to make them and beat them into what I think they should feel and how that I think that they should conduct themselves. The only thing that I stood up and said is that I see growth in how she's talked and not being disrespectful and like literally stepped outside and battled and all that type of stuff. If you've been here, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is tonight, I've not seen that. So I'm giving her kudos on that. Point blank, period. That's it.
And just so you guys know, we're not gonna call it a podcast no more. We're gonna call it a seminar. So if you ever asking anybody anything, just say, "Are you coming to the seminar tonight?"
I'm the lecturer in the 101.
Yeah.
Come
It's a
on.
seminar.
So y'all don't let them do you like
Now
that.
she agrees. She been lecturing. She growing. She growing.
They out here trying to put negative connotations on podcasts. Just because a lot of the podcasts you motherfuckers listen to are fucked up doesn't mean that they all are. Y'all like we can't let people words mean things.
It's a seminar. It's a seminar.
Sweeney got the podcast word stuck in his LLC, so he got to defend it.
Goddamn right, shit.
I
It's a
can't
seminar.
wait till they end podcast. Then he gonna be stuck with that name.
I love my name.
That's what you get.
It's also my barber name. I'm not tripping. But no, damn, what was that? What was I think I was supposed to be trying to answer one of Ruth's questions.
Yeah, I think we gotta start trying to wrap it up a little bit too, man. I know, folks is tired, getting a little tired, so let's make sure we get to the people who haven't responded. Go ahead, Sweeney.
What was your question again, Ruth?
Oh, like if a woman, you talking about the one when I said if a woman was said she got cheated on, and like would you believe her? Like, do she have to go through like the 3rd degree for you just to believe her that it really wasn't her fault? I know a lot of women are not self-aware. They don't know what they did wrong, but I also want to add, like, if she has good character and she said she ain't really do nothing, I mean, you could probably believe that. But if she has like bad character, you could probably know that she did something too.
Oh yeah, I think there are instances where somebody get cheated on, but like in that instance, right? Because Marcus actually threw himself in the fire on that one, right? And sometimes you will ask them a question 3 layers deep, and you find out that the motherfucker was a chronic cheater before she even got with him. You're like, oh, well, yeah, I can see why he cheated because that's what he do. You know what I mean? Like, you just like, there's always a rhyme or a reason for why things happen. So
don't
like,
say always, Sweeney. This is the point. You saying it's always the woman's fault that a man's cheating.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say it was her fault. I said there's always a rhyme or a reason. Things don't just happen out of nowhere. Either they was like chronic cheaters beforehand, or something happened, or they felt left out. Because, like, for instance, right? I'll give you an example. One of my guys, right? He was dating this woman, and he had broke up with her. Like she was supposed to be like they was living together for a while, but he was about to break. He broke up with her, and he was just waiting on her to move out. But they were texting back and forth, and she started talking about, "I've done everything for you. I did everything for you." And she started listing all the things she did for him. She was like, "Yeah, I bought your dad a Father's Day gift. I went to your mama house for Sunday dinner. I planned this for you. I did this, and this for you." But one of the main reasons that he broke up with her was because he asked her to put in on a rent. And she never did that. And that was one of his biggest hiccups. And so one day, he was in my chair when he was texting back and forth with her. I said, "You should tell her that. Tell her that the one thing that I asked you to do, you never did." And when he told her that, she finally had her aha moment, was like, "Damn, I never thought of it that way." Now, granted, they still broke up because it was pretty much over with, but she at least understood that you may have thought that you did everything, but you ignored what he wanted. Or vice versa.
Cheating is something different, though. Cheating and breaking up is totally different.
No, I'm just saying, like, we because people would say that, "Oh, you can do anything for a man, he'll still cheat." Well, there's a number of reasons why people cheat. You know, it could be you, it could be them, it could be a number of reasons. It ain't just, "Oh, he just cheated out of nowhere," or "she just cheated out of nowhere." It's always a rhyme or a reason.
The real thing that people should be asking is, why are they dating somebody that would cheat on them? And why are they even like, because my friend, like, I have lifelong friends that would never lie to me. So I would expect my partner to be better than my friends, because we're sharing a home and everything else. So we got to start, people got to start taking accountability for the things
So
they
they're
put
human. They
themselves
will
through.
lie at some point.
Ali, can I ask you a question? Are the men that like in the on the scene that most women are attracted to, do they have a realistic expectation of them being faithful?
You saying, like, do women who date the uppity guys, like, do they expect them to be faithful to them?
Yeah, like on this, like, you know, like we know. Okay, that's what I'm saying. When you were saying
women who date have that, well, what y'all think is have value ain't really have value. $100,000 is a start of a good life, but when you get into have value millionaires with private jets, with like, you know, like no, they probably got a one, like, yeah, that's a different ball game, to be honest. That people don't care at that level if you're cheating, I think, which is beyond why we always arguing at them parties. They be like, "Get this bitch out of here! Where is it?" Like, Black Power, because, you know, I'm like, I ain't letting you cheat on me. Like, I can't do it.